player standing.
Planted. I could have sucked.
Hey guys, my name's Beckett. We're going to be looking at Valorant today. It's Riot's new competitive shooter. I guess it's kind of like CSGO. I never really got a chance to play it, but let's get into this. Right off the bat, honestly, I am in love with this game. It is a breath of fresh air. With the market filled with so many copy and paste battle royales at the moment, Valorant just made me a little bit nostalgic. Made me feel like hardcore search and destroy back in Modern Warfare 2, which was probably my favorite time for shooters, in a long, long time. Now let's get into the issues that I do have with the game. AFK people seem to be a huge problem in the game right now. I assume they're just farming experience, and if it was like 1 out of 20, but it seems to be 1 out of 5, 1 out of 10. I've noticed less and less the more I play, so maybe Riot is doing things to get rid of these people, giving them longer bans, which is helpful because it ruins everyone's experience. Toxicity, guys, it's not going anywhere. If you played any competitive game, whether it's a shooter, MMO, you name it, it is here to stay. But honestly, in my experience, I haven't met too many toxic people. It may be different for you, and I'd kind of like to hear some of these stories. But a lot of the people, they were really helpful. They helped me know call outs, because when I heard someone say heaven, I'm like, what? I'm looking for wings. What is this? I didn't know the specific call outs. But there's always the 1%, and these are the people that kind of ruin the experience. But don't let them ruin it. Don't let them stop you from talking, asking questions. You have mute, just mute them, and go along your way. You'll probably never see them again, and just keep playing. We're all here to have fun, guys, and let's keep doing that. I never really got into CSGO. Honestly, I probably played about 2 hours within 10 years. With a lack of ADS, memorizing recoil, sitting at a training range for like 30 minutes just to learn an AK or M4, it just wasn't fun for someone who had played COD for 15 years and was used to basic things. And with Valorant, you have a random recoil spread, so the entry to barrier is a lot easier for new players. Now, Valorant does come with a game store. It is a free-to-play title, so the skins are a little overpriced, but nothing in there that I can tell really affects gameplay other than flashy recoil and sweet kill icons, but I couldn't justify it. And if my wife saw $100 missing on her account and she's wondering why, I can't really say, oh, I bought skins, honey. She would lose her shit. Now, Valorant launched with 2 game modes, a traditional like bomb defusal or search and destroy if you're familiar with Call of Duty, with 13 rounds to win, which felt really long at first, and I was like, I don't even want to sit through this. But when you come back from such a big loss, it is so much rewarding, and it's such a rush when you're on sudden death, like for 6 rounds in a row, and you come out and pull that win as a team. Then we come to Spike Rush, which I hate. I hate spawning with random weapons, and everyone spawns with bombs. It's basically a team deathmatch in chaos, and it just wasn't fun for me. Riot has tweeted out they have a TDM in the works, which will be great for mastering weapons, angles, map knowledge. Something like me where I just want to improve on this game, where I can just focus on a sniper, I can focus on a pistol, I can do these things just to improve my game. Now, ranked is coming, but we don't really know when. I've heard a week, I've heard a month, I've heard 6 months. Until then, we need some sort of matchmaking system. It's not fun getting wrecked by CS players with 7,000 hours. On the other side, it's not fun destroying people who have little to no FPS experience. I think nobody would have a problem with waiting 2 to 5 minutes for a good match. On the other side, I get it. It's a very fine line. Nobody wants to sweat every round, and I've been played games, Destiny, Call of Duty, where the matchmaking is so bad, where you're just sweating your ass off every round. It's not fun, but I also don't want to push teams over. Now, with bugs and performance, Valorant had a really smooth launch for me, which really surprised me to this day, with so many day 1 patches being so huge for so many games. Just being able to play it and everything works fine. The only issue I had was the latest patch, where I'm having trouble where I can't toggle to run anymore, which I love to do. If you're used to just being able to hold it, I don't like clicking a bunch of buttons all at once. I run it on a medium end computer. The only time I really had like big frame rate drops was when I was recording and I had like max setting. So I just put it back to like competitive settings and it's ran perfectly fine, like 200 frames, like all the time, not an issue. Now, Europe did deal with some connection issues, but from what I know, it was fixed fairly quickly and everyone's able to play again. Now we're going to dive into ultimates. Honestly, all of them feel really balanced, except Reyna. All your abilities are overpowered, but that's just my opinion. I think she needs to be toned down a little bit. The only gripes I've really had was Phoenix ult is almost too loud for the time you have to make a play. I think you need to make it quieter, maybe give a few less seconds, or keep it the same length and add a couple seconds. Sage's ult should be louder. I think you should hear it throughout the whole map, just like the other ultimates. Just for how big of a playmaker it is. You can bring an ace back and just boom, win the round, turn over the whole match instantly. I already touched lightly on the store, but just don't buy the skins unless you can't resist. But $100 seems steep, even for free to play. I'll touch more on the battle pass and a full review when I have more time with the game, probably in a month or two, just to see if it's worth it for the average player to buy the battle pass. Because if you're pulling 20, 40 kills a game, it would be worth it. But if sometimes you do good, sometimes you do bad, like myself, uh, we'll see. Honestly, it's a great game, and when most of the complaints are about skins, I really think we have something great here. So come and play with me, have a blast. I really need a carry, and if you could hit a like, a subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much.